Let me show you some tips and tricks for Google Pixel 10a. The first thing that I want to show you is the double tap of the back of the phone. So if we open settings on our phone and go to system, then over here we should be able to find gestures, and in here we have the quick tap to start actions. We need to turn it on because this option is actually disabled by default. And then here we have the list of different options of what you can do with this gesture. What should happen when you double tap the back of the phone? You can even choose an app of your choice in here, so you can quickly open an app, or you can even do something inside the app. So you can, for example, immediately set up the Google Maps route to your home or to your work, which is really, really cool. In my case, I'm just gonna set it up to the screenshot. So now over here at the back of the phone, we can double tap. I usually tap over here above the Google logo, and we can easily capture the screenshot or do whatever you have set up in the settings. The next thing that I want to show you is the AI wallpaper and also the emoji wallpaper. So actually two things in one, you can say. So if we go back to the settings, over here we should be able to find wallpaper and style. At the bottom here we have some example categories that we can use, like the live effects and the AI wallpaper and emoji wallpaper in here. You can also tap on more wallpapers, of course, in order to find some additional options. In the case of AI wallpaper, you can choose the theme. So let's say we're gonna choose painting. Over here we have prompt, which we can customize. You can tap on these words or phrases that have dots beneath them. So let's say instead of cannon, we're gonna choose a beach. Instead of nothing else, we're gonna choose maybe something like unicorns, why not? And avant-garde, we're gonna switch to maybe, let's see what we might like, maybe something like 19th century realist, why not? And then we're gonna tap on create wallpaper. Now wait for the result, and we go. Now we have our result. Of course, we should be able to switch between different generated images. If you find your favorite one, you can use this check in the upper right corner in order to set up as a wallpaper. Of course, you can also tap on I'm feeling lucky in order to completely randomize the prompt if you have no idea what you might want to like to generate. And there we go, here is another example. Now, besides that, I also, of course, mentioned emoji wallpapers. In this case, we're gonna tap on Emoji Workshop. We can tap on Create Emoji Wallpaper. Over here, we can edit emojis, so we can choose what should be included. So let's say we're gonna choose some example emojis in here. Let's hide that. We can also switch to patterns, so you can switch between different styles in here. We can also increase the size of these emojis. We can also switch to a different color. And just like before, we can tap on I'm feeling lucky in order to completely randomize everything. There we go. I actually like this one. And once you are ready, just tap on this check in the upper right corner and you can set it up as the wallpaper. Another thing that I think is worth mentioning is the audio emoji. So if you go to the phone app, tap on these three lines in the upper left corner and then open settings. In here, you should be able to find audio emoji, which allows you to use emojis as a soundboard or audio or something like that during a call. So once you are on a call, if you have the audio emoji option or like call assistant or something, then you should be able to find it in here. However, it seems that sometimes it doesn't work to show, at least when you try to use it for the first time. So if that happens, you might need to, for example, call someone again or try to refresh that option by turning it off and turning it on. And there we go, I called myself for the second time, and here we have the audio emoji. So you can tap over here in order to play the audio emoji. We have 6 example emojis that we can use, so you can choose your favorite sound in here. There is also a feature called the now playing. So in here we can go to settings again, then we're gonna choose sound and vibration. I believe we can find it in this place. And there we go, at the bottom we have now playing. This option allows you to identify songs at any point pretty much. So whenever the phone detects that there is a song being played in the background, then usually you can just simply open the lock screen on your phone, and then over here, like below the fingerprint sensor, or actually above it, I'm not sure, I don't remember, you can find the song title if you just open it at the right time. You can also see the now playing history. So if you missed some songs, or if you like suddenly think that you heard a song that you may have liked that you wish to check out, then you should be able to check the now playing history, and hopefully your phone can actually detect it quite easily. However, one more thing that I should mention is that I personally prefer to use the circle to searches, the song search feature. So if you activate circle to search by pressing and holding a finger on the home button or the navigation handlebar, there we go. Then over here we should be able to tap on this music note button, and now you should let your phone listen to the background in order to get the song title. You actually get the Google search result with the song title. And speaking of the circle to search, you can also use the screen translation. So if you use the translate button in here, then you should be able to translate whatever appears on your screen at a given moment. You can of course choose the language that you want to translate to. In case the source language is selected incorrectly, of course you can change that as well. But what is also pretty cool is that you can use this hand and arrow button, and this button allows you to scroll down. There we go. So you should be able to keep scrolling down in order to keep translating the screen all the time. If you often edit photos on your phone and you are looking for some great tools that you can use to, of course, edit your photos, then you will be really happy to know that the Photos app by Google contains really decent tools. So if you go to edit over here, you should be able to go to actions in order to find some AI tools that are really useful, like for example the best take or magic eraser if you want to get rid of something. And we also have some markup tools, some filters, and so on and so forth. But also what is really cool is the select to edit. So if I, for example, just draw a shape around this car toy, then it's going to be highlighted, and then I can erase it, move it around, or I can reimagine it. So I can change whatever it is over here to something completely different. So let's say I'm gonna tap on reimagine, and now we should be able to tap on this field where it says reimagine as, and we're gonna type something like toy soldiers, because why not? There we go, and tap on this arrow, and now we need to wait for the result. And there we go, it has been converted into something like that. We can actually get a couple of different suggestions, I guess, a couple of different results, and you can decide which one you like the most. Of course, if you like the result, you can tap on this check in the bottom right corner, and then we can save our edited photo. And there we go. We have something completely different. Last but not least, we can also find the private space, which in my case is already set up. But private space allows you to create like a separate environment inside your phone. Whatever you have inside the private space is completely separated from anything that you have outside of it. This allows you to, for example, hide apps, duplicate them, or, I don't know, just store something privately, I guess. And in case you want to set it up, you should be able to, once again, go to settings. Over here we need to find security and privacy, and then here we have the private space, so you can set it up quite easily in here. Also, you should be able to choose if you want to have like a separate password to the private space, so private space can have its own password. Also, you can set up separate fingerprint sensor and even the face recognition, I believe. But if you want to just keep it simple, you can also just use the same password that you use on your phone. And that is pretty much it. I think I have mentioned everything that I wanted to say about some tips and tricks for Google Pixel 10a. And actually, no, my bad. There's one more thing that I wanted to mention, and that is Gemini. Of course, Gemini is now available on many different Android smartphones, of course. But still, I believe that I should mention a couple of things that we have available in here. And one thing specifically, and that is the live conversation with Gemini. So if you tap on this button in here on the right side, we'll have to turn on captions. Then you should be able to have like a real conversation with Gemini. We can skip the introduction, of course, and then you can ask and talk to Gemini about anything you want to. and you can have like a proper conversation. It doesn't have to be a question, of course. You can have like a normal conversation. As you can see now, my speech is even converted into the text. And yeah, besides, of course, just like a simple live conversation, you can even share your screen. So over here, if we grant the permission, if you, for example, found something that you want to know more about, if you have like some issue with something, and it will be the best if you actually have shown the thing to the Gemini, for example, then this is really, really good. I've seen some videos where people have been asking, for example, about some stuff about the engine in the car, and the Gemini provided really good insight about some, it provided some tips and some information about the engine bay and stuff. So yeah, so definitely give it a try in case you need to do so, in case you need to find some additional information about something. There's also the screen share option, I believe, which you can use in here, although it says to turn on the volume. There we go. So you can share this screen with Gemini in case you found something on your phone and you want to know a little bit more about it. Then, of course, you can use this button as well. So now I think that is everything that I wanted to mention and that we can do on Google Pixel 10a. However, if there are some features that you think I missed and I should have mentioned them, then please let me know in the comments so everyone can see it. Leave a like and subscribe.